hope is honestly at its lowest point. And I feel like no matter what I do, just simply because of the color of my skin, I'm going to be viewed as different and as inferior.
Our society could allow a person's dead body to lie on the ground for 4 hours is incredibly disheartening and just inhumane overall.
It is more likely for a black male in America today to die from gunfire than was a soldier in Vietnam. I find such statistics disturbing, and I would love to have conversations about them.
Will people really sympathize with me if I post something on Facebook? At this point, maybe not, you know? Like, I posted when Mike Brown happened, and then Eric Garner happened, and no indictment there, so it's like, what's the point?
Black men, women, and children who look just like me from the same communities where I grew up are dying right before my eyes. And it seems as if there's nothing that I can do about it.
I sense a lot of frustration and anger, naturally, but what's more is I even felt like a sense of numbness, and it's because it doesn't have the shock value that I think it probably should have, because that's been an experience of mine for pretty much like most of my life.
I look and see some of my classmates and my friends who are black and just see the anguish and the pain and the anger that they have, and I try my best to empathize and understand what they're going through, but I know that I can never fully understand and grasp that.
As a black male, the issue is I don't want to be scared for my life when I'm put in this situation. When I'm driving, get pulled over, or when I'm being confronted by the police.
Countless occasions I've had encounters where police have told me that I fit the description of a suspicious person seen in the area. And one time I was wearing a suit and a bow tie, no different than I might be on a regular day in the business school. And I went to jail for that.
When I visit the store or I visit the drugstore and I see a police car or I see a man in uniform, I'm reminded of these events, and I realize and I'm reminded again that this could happen to a family member.
My mom used to always, call me at like 2 a.m. and, wonder how I was doing, where I was, if I was okay. And I used to always think it was crazy, that she was checking up on me like that. But then, Trayvon Martin happened, and I saw Fruitvale Station and learned what happened to Oscar Grant. And I've seen what's happened to Michael Brown and Eric Garner, and it makes complete sense.
You got power, so you got to invoke sort of, the Spider-Man principle, right? With power, you got some responsibility. You can't just ignore it, because if your government gets a sense that you're going to be okay ignoring injustice, they're going to be okay ignoring injustice.
There are racial disparities across communities in the U.S., and the frustration is that when people say things like, I don't see race or I don't see color, what minorities tend to hear is that you refuse to acknowledge that these disparities even exist.
I think the first step for white allies to do in this conversation is think about how white privilege benefits us every day.
I think it's really important to me for my classmates to rally around myself and the people that are involved in putting this video together, because I don't think that it makes you a racist to talk about race. I think it's important to just show your support for us and to really just rally around people, because I think we can all agree that we believe in justice.
And I think one of the most important things that people can do in sort of reaction to the events that have been happening lately is just having real conversations with family, friends around racial issues, and just kind of acknowledging that these prejudices and that these disparities in the way that people are treated exist.
This is reality, and that's the world we're going into when we graduate. So we really need to do what we can to help make a difference.